So first off, I really enjoyed, watching your presentation. I thought it was very, very well done. It was definitely, like one of the better presentations that I've seen. And this is like me doing, this group for like almost 3-4 years of just meetups and stuff. Basically, I kind of wanted to just take a second or to just backtrack a lot, because I think when you talked about your JavaScript modules, you touched on a lot of things. I think you kind of gave everybody like a history of, how JavaScript was before and then how lately it's kind of converged. In your opinion, do you feel like ES6 is a lot better than ES5, and do you feel like people should just kind of learn ES6 and skip ES5?
I would definitely not advise not knowing ES5, but I will say that I really like ES6, and I love how readable it makes JavaScript. It's becoming a more and more pleasurable language to write in, and I think ES6 is, that's part of the reason that I enjoy JavaScript so much, is ES6 makes it really fun.
Right.
Things like structuring, just everything feels a little bit more elegant and clean to me. I would not say skip ES5.
Okay.
I would definitely not advise skipping over ES5, and there are abstractions that ES6 makes, for example, with class syntax. So just knowing what goes on under the hood with the class syntactic sugar, like having done that before with ES5 and actually written things out, and I would definitely not say skip anything. It gives you context and it gives you history, and it means that you'll have an easier time wading through legacy code bases. And
Right.
So hard to say one or the other, but I do love ES6.
So would you say it's safe to say if you're a beginner, you should probably go and learn ES5, but if you're somebody who's been doing web development for a while and you're still kind of hung up on using ES5, you should probably move over to ES6 instead of doing everything the old way. Is that kind of fair to say?
When I started learning, that was my learning path, and it seemed to work out fine for me.
Yeah.
That was my path, and I think that it made sense for me, and I was able to appreciate ES6 more because I started out.
Okay, so let's kind of back up then, just for people watching and just kind of watching these videos. Let's talk about you. What has been your path with learning? I've seen that you're a music major. It's one of the questions I had for you.
Yeah. A lot of
you have an Instagram. Yeah.
Interesting. There's definitely a strong intersection. I would
Really?
say in my circles that code and in my circles that play music or that are very involved in music, and I often do find that those two groups map. I don't know that I would say that music is mathematical, or I don't know that I'd go that far. I hear a lot of people saying that.
Yeah.
But there's certainly strong correlation. But my own coding journey started out in those early days of Netscape, when
Really? Okay.
I did, and I remember the first time I opened up the Netscape browser was at my mother's office. I think she had gone into work, and I think she wanted to give me something to do, and not long after that it took me a very short time to start getting curious about these websites that I was able to visit, and to start poking around in the page source of those websites, and to realize that this was something that I could do, that I could make. So I was sort of early on the train in some ways, and I remember that it was very much a part of Meetup for me. I am part of that generation that, I remember that, that classic how a bill becomes a law assignment that you get in middle school. I hand-coded a website. I made that an interactive journey.
So you've got some skin in the game then. You're not a newbie. You've been doing it for a while.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did end up being a music major, and probably one of the few who actually took computer science courses, just out of my own sheer love.
Curiosity. Yeah,
curiosity and love of it. And I think that I'm actually very glad that I always had warm associations with technology and with things that are technical. And I'm now finally moving into the phase of my life in which I've decided to take it seriously enough that it's sort of that it is my full-time work. But that's a recent change. That's after having spent many years in the nonprofit sector and also as an independent musician on the side.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful journey. And I think that, may we all have interesting stories and many interests, because life is rich and full of wonderful things to experience.
Well, that's great. Maybe sometime you could like play some like music for our channel or something. I mean, the only thing I can say is like I've done piano, right? Like I've learned piano over, I don't know, like I was like in elementary school all the way to like high school. I did the piano. When you read like sheet music, it's kind of like knowing, you have to kind of like memorize like the different signs, which could be code in kind of a way. And then like, you put them together, you kind of have like more, difficult code.
Yeah, totally. That mental abstraction that you do with reading music, with thinking about music theory, and music, while it's so palpable in some ways, it's something so felt, it is very much a language of abstraction, and so is code.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's awesome. So, I mean, just kind of coming back to you too, like I kind of wanted to know, like, what is like sort of so like you're doing JavaScript, right? And you've done music for a while, but like do you want to like marry the two? Like what's your ultimate goal? Like,
Yeah, I definitely have some side project goals that, I love that I'm on this web dev journey right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the common denominator with all of my musical and technical passions is I like building things.
Yeah. So do you think like, okay, you learned JavaScript and you would say like you're pretty good with it, like do you think you could like take the things you learned from that and maybe like, I don't know, like this is totally dependent on you, but would you take that and learn like another language, like maybe something like C# and then like build software, or like try to like build some software with music in mind, or like maybe just only do JavaScript?
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually do have long-term goals to learn a few other languages. I'm very much a one thing at a time kind of person.
Sure.
I'm committed to JavaScript and web dev right now, but this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Absolutely. The one thing that I think would be really fun to get into is basically being able to code controllers for lighting and music performance systems.
Sure.
So that's something that is I'm flirting with that idea right now.
How much time are you studying, and like are you following any particular authors, or reading any books or video courses? What does your schedule look like?
Well, right now my schedule is pretty committed, at least for now. I mean, I think as you know, I've been working at this CodeSmith immersive program as an engineering fellow and technical mentor, so I get to work on my code base here, and I also get a chance to give lectures and mentor other devs on best practices and bring them up to a better level. And this is really like my full-time job right now.
Yeah. So is it like a 5-day per week thing? Like, do you ever get free time yourself, or is it 7 days a week?
Do I get free time?
Or is this the free time right now?
Free time. No, the immersive program itself, for the students who are here, so we call them residents, they're here 6 days a week.
Okay.
Typically, their schedule starts at 9 a.m., but often they're here studying well before that. And then they have programming up until 9 p.m., just as far as on the calendar schedule of things to do. But oftentimes people don't leave until 10:30 or so. So that was my schedule. It was an 8 a.m. to 10:30 p.m., like 6 days a week schedule.
Wow.
And I am here not quite that often, but I will say that when I'm not here, I'm usually preparing to do things here. So this is my gig right now.
It's your
my
gig.
whole world, and I think it will be for another 2 weeks, because that's the point of my fellowship. friendship term.
Gotcha. Do you have you know, any brothers or sisters, family members, you know, like that, you know, like are like talking to you right now and they're like, what are you doing? You know, like
what's going on with your life?
Yeah.
Talking to friends and family is so pleasurable right now.
Yeah.
It's just such a great change of pace that I think I actually call my family more than I used to. They're little techies.
I know I asked you this before, but like basically, you know, I think you said that you are working on some projects with Codesmith. Are you also working on some open source projects? You know, like, have you had any involvement in that at all?
I guess the biggest involvement I had was with the open source library that I worked on with some of the developers that I've been here at Codesmith.
Yeah.
And that was the React component caching.
Exactly.
Which was so cool. And it, actually, even today, we continue to get emails about some of the discussion on issues in there, and folks are actually starting to help each other and say, hey, yeah, this is how you do this. Check out the API, you know, check out the docs, and they say to do it this way. And
yeah,
that's very rewarding. I wish I had more time to maintain. It's just been, like I said, it's just
been super busy. Okay, so last question here. What are your thoughts on older libraries like UE, jQuery? Do you feel like, you know, it kind of goes back to our first question, like, do you really feel like those things are actually useful anymore, or people should just kind of like, you know, if you, like I said, if you've been doing it for a while, you really should just sort of wean yourself off of it and, you know, try something else, or, you know.
I just found the thing that I was looking for, which is that jQuery 4.0, I think, is
oh, really?
a much more modular design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
even I have to read up on that then. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was really excited to hear. I was like, oh, okay, they're thinking.
You're on 4.0. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, oh, I didn't even give you any actual authors or favorite things right now. I was going to mention Sarah Drasner just as somebody that I've been sort of following slightly lately.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So why is that?
Yeah, Sarah's just so articulate and has, I think, a lot of perspective on front-end optimization. And as part of the Vue team, she's just, you know, she's kind of on the cutting edge of frameworks right now too. So I think that she has a lot of perspective. She's somebody that I enjoy. Oh, here we go. And she was talking about animation, and I was like, I think she has a lot of insight about where we're going and what UIs are going to be like in the future. So
maybe we should call her up and just like ask her to a talk.
She's badass. She's awesome.
That'd be kind of interesting. Maybe like we could do like another hangout or something and like have like both of us interview her if that works out.
Oh,
that'd be kind of fun. All right. Well, thanks a lot again. I appreciate you taking the time. You know, thank you again for just you know, working with JavaScriptLA.
Yeah, thanks, VJ.